Hi, this is Russell Chandler with Ring Around Transportation. Today is Friday, March 20th, the year 2020. Wanted to take a moment to reach out to all of our professional drivers and staff members for Ring Around Transportation and talk about the unprecedented event that we're going through with COVID-19. There are a lot of questions about what happens next, and some of our drivers have reached out to us as well. So I wanted to take a minute and just bring everybody up to speed on what's going on, at least in our company and in our industry. It is true that our dedicated work for Mercedes-Benz for next week has been canceled. We don't know when that work will return. It's a very fluid situation, and I'm sure you guys can understand that nobody really knows exactly where this is going. It evolves minute by minute, but it is canceled for next week. Now, having said that, there is plenty of work available in the marketplace on spot freight, and unless or until that changes, there'll be all the work that you can handle. Demand in the spot market right now is high, and rates are creeping up. You add into that the fact that fuel prices nationwide have been creeping down recently, and we have a good situation that we can continue to work and keep everyone as busy as they'd like to be. We do have some new dedicated work coming online next week, maybe as early as Tuesday of next week, that our manager of dispatch has been working on in the days leading up to the events that we're in now, this national crisis. So look for that to come online as early as next Tuesday. Now, the work is there, the volume is there, but Ring Around Transportation will respect our professional drivers' needs with regard to home time. But just be aware that right now it's shaping up to be there's quite a lot of demand for our services in our economy for the next foreseeable few days. I have been asked by a few of our professional drivers in the last couple of months, in one-on-one situations, why I got into the trucking industry in the first place, and I think this is a good example. I tell everybody the same thing. And number one, I have to make a living for my family, and that's the number one reason that we all work. But right behind that, number two on the list is I want to be involved in doing things that matter. And there can be no doubt, I think our nation is seeing this with this COVID-19 epidemic that we're dealing with, the value and importance of what professional drivers and motor carriers bring to our society, not just in terms of economic impact, but also the value of simply having what you need at the places that you need them. And that's why I do this. That's why I wanted to be a part of this industry, is to do something that matters, and what we're doing matters. The work that we do in the coming days, weeks, and months will be instrumental in keeping the wheels both on our economy, but more specifically, taking care of other people, making sure that they have the things that they need in their time of need. So, market looks good, even though we don't have our Mercedes-Benz dedicated work for next week. And as they used to say, you make hay while the sun is shining. And right now, as far as we can see into the future, next week things look very promising, and there is a very high demand for our work. So in short, Ring Around Transportation is ready to run as hard and as long as our drivers are willing to go. Safe and legal, of course, as always. And it's really going to be up to you. The demand for our services is there. The need of our brothers, sisters, neighbors are there. So getting these products, materials, and supplies to their destination has a great deal of value, not only to you as a professional driver, but also to our society. You may notice on social media that there are a lot of things floating around about how our heroes are no longer football and baseball players. Right now, our heroes are medical professionals and professional drivers, because I think our society sees the value of what you are contributing, both to our economy and to their well-being, their individual health and well-being. So, a couple of things. Practice safe, conduct, hand washing. Use hand sanitizer if you have it when you've come in contact with things like the pin pad at the pump, fuel pumps, the door going into truck stops, doors at your destination. Just be mindful of this and use good health practices. And keep in mind that, as kind of the hysteria in our society grows, you may be impacted where, maybe if you're not feeling well, you're sick, some people might not work with you at your destination as closely as they normally would have. It's a shame, but be aware of that and take precautions to protect your own health, even if you're not terribly concerned about the virus. Do it for your health, but also do it to help make sure that you're able to get in and out of the places that you want to go. So in closing, I would ask that our professional drivers stay in close contact with your manager of dispatch, Noel Hudson, or me personally, Russell Chandler, and keep us informed as early as possible for time off that you might need, and keep us apprised of how hard and how long you want to run. And I hope that we handle this effectively, and that in a few months we're all kind of relieved and quite proud of what we accomplished during this national crisis. Stay safe,